Hi everybody, and welcome to Wendy's Witness. What's the talk of the town? Isn't there always somebody who knows the latest news and spreads the word? Eventually becomes what everybody's talking about. The topic of conversation around the water cooler on Monday morning. Well, keep watching today. We'll see what people are saying at the well, the biblical equivalent of today's water cooler. Moses, what a life. God delivered him from a death sentence at birth, put him at the right place at the right time to be rescued and reunited. Moses grows up, narrowly escapes another death attempt by fleeing to Midian, and he sits down at a well. Well, I can just picture it. I can imagine Moses replaying his life's events, wondering, how did he end up here when all of a sudden 7 daughters of the priest show up? Scene plays out like this. These 7 ladies, they get to work drawing water, watering their animals. Then some shepherds ride in and they say, this well's not big enough for the both of us, so go on, get out of here. Moses sees what's going down and he can't stand by any longer, even though that's exactly what got him in trouble in the first place when he stepped in to save a fellow Hebrew who was being struck by an Egyptian. Well, he couldn't help himself. He rescued those 7 ladies. Then he even took over their chores, completed them for them. This time, instead of another near-death experience, his actions resulted in a reward. A wife and a son, a new family. All from what went down at the well. I've got another love story for you. And guess where it takes place? You got it, at a well. This go round results in an arranged marriage, arranged by God. Genesis 24 lays it all out. Abraham is old. He sends his servant to search out a bride for his son Isaac. They banter back and forth with what ifs, and then the servant's on his way. Where does he go? Well, to the well, obviously. It's the best place to meet women. He prays an awesome prayer that's answered before he says amen. There stood Rebecca, a beautiful girl who met every requirement, right down to watering all 10 of his camels. Phew! The servant knew his journey was a success, and he had found the right girl right down to the pedigree, and he was praising God. But there was still one unanswered question. Would she be free to go? Would she want to go? Okay, 2 unanswered questions. The servant needed to know because if not, he had to go. The answer, we will not stand in the way of the Lord. Even though they did try to stall, it was obvious. God had appointed and ordained these 2 to be together. And Rebecca was on board as well. So she hopped on her camel and off they went. There was a Hallmark movie moment when Isaac and Rebecca first laid eyes on each other. And it all started at the well. And lastly, what about the well where lives were changed forever? Where Jesus journeyed to meet with a woman at the well. We all know this one. The woman from Samaria who went to the well at the worst possible time of day to avoid people because she was always the subject of the Monday morning water cooler. Why was that? Because she made some bad life choices maybe? Low self-esteem. Jumping from one bad relationship to another? All a pattern that she couldn't break free from. Just like those other 2 ladies we talked about, it was during the mundane, daily chores of life that always seemed so boring and uneventful that she came face to face with someone who would change her life forever. Jesus. And guess whose well they were at? Jacob's well, the son of Isaac and Rebekah. Well, friends, no pun intended, Oftentimes, that's where we meet Jesus too. When we are running from something, when we are searching for something, when we are just going through our daily lives and everything seems so routine, that's when God bursts onto the scene. He meets us where we are. He offers us a gift, His Son. It's up to us. Do we go with Him? And do we tell about our experience at the well? Thanks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you next week. And remember, we are all witnesses.